Is it 420 in the Rocky Mountains? Pretty damn close. I'm pretty damn stoned too. Oh, I'm this old stoner. It's 420 in the Rocky Mountains, and I'm ready to have a fart attack. Where's my little thing here? There it is. If you don't know what a fart attack is, that's just having fun with art. And that's what I've been doing here for a while. I put a video up today of all the fart attacks from last year. Well, not quite all of them, but almost all of them. It was a trip. They're all like chopped down into 10-second clips. It's 10 minutes of 10-second clips. But I put some award-winning music to it. The music is real soothing. I do some rambling at the beginning of it. Okay, so let me just go ahead and start some music here and get started on
call it a vacation if you want to,
what
I
plan on doing, because I'm working on what I'm calling a
heavy load.
FCC challenge.
Kansas, Tennessee, wanna get a little taste of life on the road.
And it's just to fill up this sketchbook. I have never filled up a sketchbook in my life. And, well, it may not be much of a challenge, but when you go and you set yourself up a challenge, you want it to be something that's not going to be too hard to achieve. And I'm trying to make it fun because I've like turned this into a little book. I'm already ready for the second book. The first one kind of turned into this one here. I'm calling If Aliens. If Aliens Had Eyes. And I got some storylines that go with it. Kind of a prototype. And I've actually been looking into it. That might be something I could be interested in doing. And I'm calling this one Book 2. This is book 2, and each book is 8 pages, and all my challenges are based on 8, because 8 is Mark Fun Jones' favorite number, and anytime I can make something be based on 8, I'm gonna do it. Okay. And I don't know if you saw what I did yesterday, but since then I've tried this blending. I have been watching lots of tutorials and stuff.
Driving less than 80 miles an hour seems to get you there too slow.
And I'm pretty sure what I did with this was like I blended like with white. I used the white colored pencil as my blender.
I couldn't afford hotels.
So this book is gonna be If Alien Had Mouths, and they're basically just gonna be sketchbook color pencil studies of mouths. And I want to use the same basic sort of layout I was doing before of a square. That worked pretty good, but I think I want to extend it a little bit. I don't know if I actually want to do them into cards or not. But I do know that I want to start off with blue. Hey, Flower Nose! I'm going to have to get one of those. I've been watching some tutorials of different blending techniques and stuff. I get kind of like intimidated by them because almost all of them talk about how time-consuming colored pencils are. And, of course, they're trying to do realistic stuff, for sure. And I'm not. I mean, I'm just trying to find my comfort zone with them, I guess you would say. And I'm watching lots of them, and I am learning a whole bunch. Because I am understanding now that the difference between doing layers, and I do want to try. I keep saying that I'm gonna.
I'm the wave doctor.
Let me go ahead. I'm just gonna do mostly true blue to start with, and I'm just gonna make my alien lips blue and call them alien. But really, I want to try and make them look human, pretty much. And I kind of want them to match up, maybe with the blue that I've done before. I was looking at my aliens. Ooh, I kind of like slipped there. But, oh, that's okay. I don't want to think about it too hard. I just want to. Did I read any of my little if alien have lips stories so far? But that's one thing I have noticed. I mean, they spend time. I mean, I'll watch a 10 or 20 minute video that's time lapse, and they'll take it something and just like focus on one little area. I just want to try and learn how these colors work together. And I'm going to do just like I did with the first batch, is that I'm going to use the 7 colors of the rainbow. You know? And since everything has to work into 8, I'm calling black and white one color, and they become the 8th color of the rainbow. So I just kind of want to get myself a nice little shape here. I mean, these are going to be the alien lips. And the one thing that I've noticed is that they always start doing all these little lines in here. And there was this other video I watched that had all these lines going this way. So I'm just going to start on that, because that's kind of like the only part that, hey, Sunny Girl, that was like the only part that ever really stuck whenever I was watching that. I mean, they would spend like hours and hours on that. Is there enough light on that? Can you see it good enough? I don't think it matters. It wants to automatically so I'm just going to kind of use the medium tone blue here as well, I guess my black basically. And hopefully, well, I'll cheat in the end like I always do with my white paint pen to get the highlights. I watch the videos where they use the white in the end and put highlights in it, and they keep building it up and building it up. I tell you what, I don't have the patience to do that. I mean, if you're a professional, I've heard a few people that are trying to make money with their artwork that say that they have a little bit of trouble having fun. And well, yeah, well, when it becomes your livelihood, it becomes work. And work isn't supposed to be fun, and then you all of a sudden you have all these different little pressures on you. Even me and my little drawings here, when I like took on a project for someone, it kind of like, well, I learned a whole lot from it, and I've like tried to take on projects and stuff. I mean, it's interesting, and I do like the idea of having a Fart Club challenge, but bottom line, it has to be something that you challenge yourself on. And I'm just trying to tell anybody that wants to be like a official Fart Club challenge, just some sort of challenge that has 8 in it. Something that has some sort of an 8 in it, you know? That's all it needs to make it FCC approved. Okay, so I think I have my basic drawing there now. So the blues, I've got I think I've got like 4 or 5 blues in this set. This is ultramarine. And I'm also going to make the skin be blue. Oh, I should do this, whatever you call this. I don't want to give away what the nose is going to look like yet. I'm going to try and make each one of these alien races. They have their colors. They're going to have like a shot. Iron! Thanks for showing up. Awesome. I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to try and start doing this at 4:20 Mountain Time every day if I possibly can. Now, I do know that I might not make it every day, but that's kind of my plan. And I kind of have a theme that I'm working on, even though I want to get back into the acrylics. You can't see it, but I have a easel here that I'm going to have a 4 foot by 4 foot painting on, and I'll just flip the camera up and do it Bob Ross style when I start doing that. But first, I'm going to like paint over a bunch of my old stuff. Oh, and your mailing address is on your YouTube channel, isn't it, Flower Nose? Because I want to send you that alien landscape you had wanted. You had mentioned you were interested in. I just want to send it to you, because some of that stuff I'm just going to paint over and use as practice to try and figure out what I'm going to do on this big black canvas. Because once I paint that big black canvas, I'm going to take down this green screen and just put it behind me as my backdrop or whatever. Oh yeah, it would be easy, and those will just fit into an envelope real easily. Yeah, I've got some stuff that if people, I mean, there's a few people that are interested in stuff that I might okay, let me get to doing some shading in this thing. Oh, have I read any of the words for if aliens have mouths? If aliens have mouths, do they use them to speak? If aliens have mouths, do they use them to eat? If aliens have mouths, do you think they have teeth? If aliens have mouths, do I look like a tasty treat? I'm having so much fun with this. And whether or not I'm ever able to actually make it, well, I did make it into a book. This was like what I used to do when I was a little kid. I was probably like 5 or 6 years old when I started doing that kind of stuff. This is black, and this is blue indigo. Blue indigo, do I want to use that? No, I'm going to use these 4 colors, and I don't think I really need anything except for something to maybe highlight it. Let me see. This is a very light. Let me just so a lot of times they say go in a circular motion, but the main thing that I've learned from a lot of the different tutorials and people just showing how they do their colored pencils is that as long as there's still white showing through, you can keep adding layers. When there's no more white, you can't add any more layers. And that's kind of why everybody takes so long doing it, because they just keep trying to, I'm not using any reference too. And I'm like really kind of excited about what I'm doing now, because a lot of the stuff I've been doing all last year, I've like had some sort of reference or a starting off point.
She says, oh, Dad, ain't she sweet? Look my daughter in her eye. I think back.
And I wish I could interact a little bit more than I do, but oh yeah, and You know what? Here's a challenge I have for you, Nez, because I know you like doing flowers and nature stuff, and you do a really good job of it too. I was thinking of 8 different flowers, and each one, or actually it could be 8 flowers, and the 8th one would be black and white, like black on white, or white on black, like you like to do. And then the other ones would be like, you have it be based on one of the 7 colors in the rainbow. Or in the chakras. That's what the chakras are too. Or the emotional spectrum. I wonder, maybe I should do my, and get it, whether or not you want to. I like making it look cartoony. Of course, I'm trying to learn. Oh yeah, and this batch of stuff, I decided I was going to try and use solvents to blend. I want to learn how to use solvents to blend. So that's what this is. Mouth studies and lip studies and solvent studies. So I ought to need to lay down some pigment here, because I don't want my little sketchbook challenge to last more than a month. I need to start doing 2 pages a day. Maybe I'll do a page and just record it without being live. Maybe that's what I should do. I do know that there's some of the pictures in the last one, if I actually went to make it into a book, I'd want to change them a little bit. Well, quite a bit, actually.
Always chill, never take precaution. Feel it in the baseline, got it in the bloodline. If you're in the area, come through, drop a line. You feel
those lines, I lost all those lines when I did that.
I know I'm on your mind like some kind of mastermind. Unconfined, racing thoughts, never leave behind. Crimson state of mind, now drop behind. Wishing on a shooting star ride. My dick, no handlebars, see you at the checkout. I always come about.
Ooh, but I do like the way that this kind of, and that's the other blending technique, is burnishing into like a layer. That's what I tried doing on the cover of this book 2. What am I calling this, book 2? If aliens have mouths, do you think they have lips? Do you think they use them to talk, sip?
In my bloodline, if you're in the area, come through, drop a line. You feeling me?
Oh, this is Crimson Fantasy. He even made it into my little playlist. What blue have I not used? Did I use this one? I don't think so. Let's see if this pulls in some sort of any kind of richness into that. I don't know. Oh, and I've seen how people, I've watched a whole bunch of how not to do stuff too. I watched a bunch of that stuff, and some of those have been very insightful. I do a lot of that sort of stuff, but I try to turn it into fun. So like right here, you kind of see how, I don't know if you can see all the funky texture that I'm getting there from my pencil. Well, maybe that's fur. Maybe those are scales. Maybe I'm gonna need to do a book of if aliens have skin, what's it like? light blue onto here. Ooh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put like a layer of every blue on these lips. And then outline them with some black. And you can kind of see that it's starting to burnish here along the edges of it. I keep thinking on the cover, that cover, I'm kind of thinking I'm wanting to turn that to.
My baby don't know where I get all my rhythm and style. I just feel so good when I'm loving. I'm on a night.
What did Sherry call these guys? The bluenies?
Give me hard rock blues.
You want to see what color, what their eye looks like? At least the way it is now. I mean, all this stuff could change. You never know. You never know what's around the corner. So, did I put in the ultramarine? That's violet blue. I think I did plenty. This is violet blue, I think. And actually, even just going over it with the same colored pencil, just pressing a little bit harder. That was the one thing about the blending with the white that I did. You got to press hard on that. And I don't know if I like that. I'm kind of... How far in? I got 10 minutes? Oh, cool. I don't want to spend too much time blending because I'm don't know if that's... I don't know exactly. I've experimented a little bit with it. I'm actually going to try it with a brush this time. I tried it a little bit before with just Q-tips and alcohol.
I want to feel the love and I wanted to feel it too. You know you're winning when your face is grinning.
This is indigo blue.
You know you
There we
got
go.
it good when you do what you do. So give me some blues. Oh, give me some hard rock blues. Oh, I want to feel the love. I want you to feel it too.
And this sounds like Surianne. Man, I haven't seen anything on her channel in a long time. She was doing a lot of live shows over in Gibraltar and stuff. I still have a video of hers I should turn into an actual music video. She told me I could. I use it every once in a while. And what was the final thing that I liked to do? Here we go. There's some Catfish Jones. Hey, Sherry. I'm working on book 2. I'm working on book 2 now. I guess I should be careful putting too much of that indigo in there. Because that's one thing I did notice between the bluenies and the indigos. Did you see my cover? Did you see my what were those? Those were the purple. I don't remember. I must be getting towards the end of my stream. Yeah, I can kind of feel in that little. Oh, wow! I like the way that's mixing in there. That is like making this blue glow a lot different than the indigo. I almost blew it with that indigo. I did outline the lips a little bit with it.
Sickle moon says you're sleeping like a princess. As the
Yeah, and I'm kind of. That's the one thing about these. I like getting most of what I'm doing here so you guys can see it. And I can just keep poking around with it with these colored pencils.
Roses on a white dress,
Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I want to come back with some black.
Brush hair from cheek and
I like black outlines.
I remember nothing less.
If you want to be realistic, you don't put black outlines on stuff. I'm sorry. I don't want to be realistic. This is all about having fun and escape. And trying to do it realistic just kind of puts a pressure on myself I don't want. I let the scribbliness of it kind of be the stuff. This happy ending, ours at last. Scribbly is a style. Square. Oh, I wanted to attempt a little, and that needs some sort of a contrast around the edges of them. When I was throwing them on there before, they didn't. I'll probably do that off camera because I want to go ahead and see what the alcohol blender does. I want to put some more. Wait a minute. I need a little more. This is ultramarine blue. I think I want to do this first. Put some more of this color down. And then of course I gotta come back with I shouldn't have done that. Let me go get some alcohol. Oh, that's where I put my 5. I got a good buzz going. I was sitting over here watching Mark earlier and then got up to get this all set up. Okay, that's just like a bottle cap with some alcohol in it. And I've watched this gal use, she talks about the different brushes to do it. I'm going to try this with a filbert and dab off almost all of the alcohol to start with. I mean, I don't want to. This is a good sketchbook that I got. It's that multimedia. I mean, I showed what it looked like when I first started doing this series, and it's supposed to be for acrylics and watercolors and markers and all that. But my alcohol markers go right through it. I'm gonna have to get something. Oh, those cards worked fine with that. Does that look like it's blending? I can hardly tell. Looks a little bit softer. Let me try it down here. Oh, I put a whole bunch of alcohol on there that time. Yeah, I don't know if I did too much. If you put too much, it like bleeds. And oh, I've been watching some stuff on watercolor too, because I might attempt some of that. But I get to wanting to do so much of this stuff. Even these, I want to turn some of this into the animation, like the. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of half-assed following tutorials I've been watching on how to blend. And well, the one guy that really made the most sense was the one that says, "This is hard. You're just going to have to do this over and over and over and over before you learn what's going on." And well, that's true. But I just always like to turn my learning experience into something more than just learning. I want my learning to be a masterpiece. Whether it is or not. But I'm having fun doing this and sharing it with you guys and just the idea of being able to turn this into an adult kids book, an adult children's book, yeah, like Mark's Rattles. Ooh, I bet I can blend this in there, and that'll give that a. That did blend the lips. That was pretty cool. And now if I let this dry, I can put another layer on there if I want. That's one thing I guess that is so cool about doing these colored pencils. So there we go. There's page 1, or a page of If Aliens Book 2. If aliens have mouths, do they use them to speak? Do they use them to eat? Think they have teeth?
Well, there you go.
Think they'll speak?
That was Life Goes On.
Think they can smile?
Stoner!
Think they can kiss?
Buddy, what do you think? I still need to work with it, especially when I did that rhythm thing and like kind of being on time and singing. As you all know, I'm not the
If aliens had mouths. Well,
challenge.
let's see.
You want to give it your all.
Next time on Fart Attack. Oh, is this dry enough? This alcohol should probably dry fast. Looked like it did. It blended kind of funky right there. Oh, almost. Almost. I almost got too wet. But I think it's dry enough. So I can go to a... Has everybody seen the first book? I'm going to redo it. But there's the cover of book 2. It's a pile of the Playples. Remember the Playples? At least this is the first view of them. And I see this animated. This is like animated in my head. I see these eyes blinking and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Sherry named him. Well, I'm calling that a stream. Ooh, I'm getting hungry too. And Nez streams in 2 hours? Is that what time? Nez, Nez can always. Hey, Solus, what's up, man? And that's what I'm gonna. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. And I want to finish out this sketchbook. So that's the second one. And tomorrow I'll do another mouth. I might do some more stuff to these things. I did a whole bunch of more to this. I don't know if you saw it from yesterday, but I tried all that blending. Here I go, babbling again. If I don't click the stop stream, I'll just keep babbling and babbling and babbling. And I've been thinking about going live at some point, just doing a stream where I'm not actually doing this and playing my guitar maybe a little bit. I can't play for crap, but I got this one little tune. I mean, I could do my out of tune guy or my characters. I like your salt character, Mark. You've been assaulted. Here I go again. Battle. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching.